Hello, everyone, Randy here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Chippewa County, and we're currently day one, early autumn, and, well, as usual here with Seasons Mod, once fall rolls around, everyone, let's just say there is a lot of, whoa, what in the world is, what's up with all the weeds on that field? Anyway, there's a lot of work to do here, particularly in harvesting. If we go to the map here, the corn still, interestingly, is not ready to be mowed yet, or ready to be mowed, ready to be harvested yet. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. It seems like it should be, but it's not. Sunflowers and all the double crop soybeans, except for the new fields here, are ready to be harvested. Also, I wonder if we double check here. I believe our grass field is finally ready to be mowed, everyone. Finally. First day of fall. Actually, day 6 of summer there, or no, day 7. Day 7 of summer, everyone. It finally was to the first stage where you could mow it. And then I didn't quite want to mow it at that stage. We waited till first day of fall here. Now it's finally in the second stage. So we'll definitely be getting around to mowing that here at some point. Let's get the cruise control cranked up here. I'm not sure why that's so stinking low. It's probably pretty good. So anyway, we got the gleaner here. We're going to be working on harvesting soybeans here for starters here this episode. Oh, 93 bushels an acre. That's not too bad. That's pretty good yield for soybeans. That's real good yield for soybeans, I would say. I've got the John Deere 8370 RT sitting parked there as well with the grain cart. We'll probably get courseplay going on that here in a moment. Ooh, there's some weeds in this field. Oh, boy. Wonder how that's going to affect yield. Plus, we got some weird spots in the field, everyone, that didn't grow either. I'm not sure what's up with that. Actually, if you look at the map here, everyone, you can see there's just spots all over all the fields that just, I don't know, everyone. Don't know. What did we do wrong that caused all of this problem here? That even the hay field had a little bit, although not too bad, I guess. But yeah, this field, you can see all kinds, and that, the cornfield here is just really bad. I don't know what happened there, everyone, but oh well. So, suffice to say, everyone, we're going to be definitely busy here the next few episodes, getting the soybeans harvested. Again, we got sunflowers, we got hay that needs to be mowed. First time this year for the hay, too, yet. Yeah, first day of fall, and we can finally mow our hay. Ridiculous. Not sure what's up with that, everyone. I know a couple of you are starting to suggest maybe you should just replant it, and to be honest, everyone, I probably would have been able to mow it a lot sooner if I had replanted it than if I just let it grow like it was. Again, I don't know what was taking it so long, but oh well. It's fully fertilized, sprayed for weeds and everything. It's still just, yeah, did not want to grow. Only 21%. Oh, that's going to decrease our yield there at that spot. Interesting. It doesn't actually change. Didn't change on the meter there, did it? It still said 93 bushels an acre when we went across that. That's a little weird. Huh. Yeah, rather interesting that bushels an acre doesn't really change a whole lot. Okay, whatever. Not sure how accurate that is then. I was expecting to see a rather significant change there when we went across that spot there. Guess not. I don't know, maybe because it's not planted, it doesn't actually count that part. I'm not sure. Not sure how the game would figure that there. Interesting to see, too. You can see the header here has the default game animation for the crops. Doesn't quite match what we're harvesting. Although I'd argue, everyone, what we're harvesting actually looks a little more realistic than what Giants does. At least around where I live, everyone, this is pretty much what a soybean field would look like once it's all dried down. Actually, it might even be a little bit darker than this, depending on how dried down it is. Yeah, we got some weeds there. Anyway, between episodes, by the way, for those who didn't watch the live stream here this past Sunday, here we just did a live stream. We kind of were skipping time through the days there, kept the cows fed, filled our trees up with manure. Trees are now fully full on manure, or at least they were anyway. I'm not sure if they still are. They're probably not quite still full anymore, but they were finally caught up with the manure there on the trees. They probably could use a little bit of water here at this point as well. And I did notice we got a lot of milk to be sold as well. So we should probably start looking at selling some milk. We probably have another $1 million of milk waiting to be sold, everyone. So that is good. And the cows are finally paying off. Although they are still a fair amount of work as well, because you pretty much have to feed them almost every single day, everyone. Still a little bit annoying if you ask me, having to feed them every single day. Yes, I get it's realistic that way, but you got just days in the game here, everyone, where you basically don't do anything. Days 7 through 9 were a prime example. Days 7 through 9 of summer, they were a prime example, everyone. I think during the live stream, pretty much just fast forward time and skip through it pretty quick there. Fed the cows, skipped time, fed the cows, slept through the night. Fed the cows, slept through the night. It's pretty much how it went there. There just was nothing to do. So we could have potentially mowed the hay field. But again, like I said, I wanted to wait till it got to the second mowable stage there. A little bit better yield that way. Let's see once here. 59% full. I think once we maybe get around to the top corner of the field there, I'll go get course play going. And course play can hopefully maybe unload us. We'll have to see once. They'll be right along that fence line there. That might be a little bit questionable. I guess we'll see once how it works out. And just a reminder here, too, by the way, for anyone that would like to join us on the RDAllen multiplayer servers there, again, you're welcome to do so. Information down below in the description there. Just join us on TeamSpeak. Again, anyone's welcome to join as long as you can play nicely, follow the rules. A microphone is not required, by the way. And if you don't have TeamSpeak, download link for TeamSpeak is down below as well. And by the way, if you follow the American Truck Simulator news, sounds like Utah is supposed to be coming out this week. So hopefully maybe next Sunday, everyone will maybe look at doing some American Truck Simulator for a live stream there. Again, that'll be next Sunday, assuming the Utah DLC comes out anyway. We'll have to check that out. Again, if you'd like to be part of that, again, join us on TeamSpeak. Wow. Don't realize how big this field is until you start going around it. It's taking us a while to get around this field here. Okay, let's go get course play here a minute, or 8370 RT most specifically, and get course play set up and running on it. Of course, we got the J&M 1432 grain cart here again. For those who watch the Millennial Farmer channel, well, you should be familiar with this grain cart. I think the course is right in here somewhere. Nope, not field 2. We need, or farm 2, we need farm 1, field 1. I've got a course for this, right? Field 1, unload tractor. Yes. I'm drive the course here. I suppose we can get the truck out as well. Let's see, where's the truck? Oh, you know what? I think the truck is by the auger here yet, isn't it? It is indeed. Oh, and it's got barley in it. Okay. That is interesting. I thought we had it all unloaded. Guess not. Yep, still unloading yet. Good. I did have to readjust, I forget, I think it was the big auger there here a while back. I don't know what it is, everyone. It just seems like over time, I don't know, it slides away from the bin or something. It just, yeah. Got to keep fixing it every so often. Might be time with all the money we got to figure out where we can put a nice grain leg on the farm here somewhere. Really, the only open spot we have is right here, but unfortunately, it's a little bit hilly right there. Let's see if we can get there before the... no, he's leaving. Oh, well. Let's see if we could get there before he pulled away, but it should be in there somewhere. Might have to line him up a little bit better once the grain cart actually comes back and is full. We're going to mean full. Looks like he's coming to unload the combine already. Cool. We'll have to be careful here because, yeah, we're like right next to the fence, so... Beautiful looking cornfield over there. And yes, everyone, it does look like it's ready to harvest. It is not. Again, as we looked at the map there earlier in the episode, it is not ready to be harvested yet. I'm assuming with Seasons mod, you should be able to chop it at this stage, which I don't think we're going to be doing, everyone. I don't plan on doing any chopping here. As we've kind of found out already, silage, in my opinion, is virtually worthless on this map. And we kind of need the corn for feeding our cows anyway, so... I don't think there's a whole lot of sense in doing much for silage. Although we did do some numbers here. Again, for those of you who watch the multiplayer live streams, there did some numbers here, was it a week or two ago here, chopping versus harvesting. I don't remember what the numbers were here again, everyone, but I'd like to say we got, what, like 14,000 liters of corn versus 120,000 liters of chaff for the same amount of corn. So if we chop it, we get 120,000 liters. If we harvest it, we get 14,000 liters. Oh, and we are full. I was going to say, why did the combine stop there all of a sudden? Ooh, just enough room there. Just enough. Yeah, just enough. And I'm, as you can see, I'm really trying to push the limit here as to how far away from the edge I can be, so... Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems there for Courseplay. He'll probably try to drive straight into the fence. Sounds like something Courseplay would do. But yeah, everyone, pretty much, I guess not quite a tenfold increase versus chaffing, but you could probably say 8 to 9 times as much chaff versus harvesting. Again, we pretty much did 2 passes. Same size header. They were both 9-meter headers, so a 9-meter header on the chopper. 9-meter header on the combine, and like I said, running the numbers there, and assuming it's going to depend on the price of your crops there, but you could easily probably make twice as much. I think we figured 3 times as much if you do silage, even though, you know, the silage price might be really bad when you're selling 120,000 silage versus only 14,000 corn. It's a fairly substantial difference there. Anyway, we'll read a few comments here in a moment. Killing Fritz was saying, Seasons on the console's coming out around Christmas, last I heard. Still in testing with Giants. Not sure why it's still being tested. They said once it was error-free on the PC, it would be added to the console. And as for the scripts being on the console, the script was either already in the base game or they already added it in a previous update. They've been updating mods like crazy lately for Seasons. That's interesting. So if they've been updating console mods for Seasons, that's probably a good sign that Seasons will be coming out for the console here at some point. Let's see what's here. Jim was saying, great video as always. Thank you very much for that. Good old antique farming at its best. The reason for the wide spacing on the old planters was so they could cultivate between the plant rows. And let's see what Jim was... he went on rather lengthy comment here explaining the planters here. Let's see what's here. He was saying these planters back then Had a reader on them along with 200 to 500 foot long chain with divots on it, all set up in a reel that you could pull from the planter and set up a field spacing on the field prior to planting. They used metal stakes to hold up the chain so the reader on the planter could read the desired spacing. Every time the reader would hit a divot on the chain as the planter was going down the field, it would cause the planter to plant a row of crops. So that's interesting. Basically there, so when the cultivator could crisscross the field in a checkerboard pattern. Rather interesting. I have not actually heard of that before as far as planting goes. Definitely familiar with the cultivating. At least for my grandpa, that is how he used to do corn. Again, he had a John Deere 520 he would cultivate his corn with. And then one of the reasons I always heard for the wider space in there on the rows as well was obviously back then you didn't really have combines so much, you picked the corn. So rather than shelling the corn was picked. So you'd pick the whole ear. And at least the pickers back then, to get down the rows, you had to have a little bit wider row. At least that's what I've always heard. Obviously now with the combines, self-propelled harvesters, not quite as much of a concern, I guess you could say. Jim was also saying that was pretty much how the weeds were handled back in the day there as well. Didn't use so much for the chemicals, you cultivated. It's probably also worth noting, though, yields of corn back in the day were what? If you got, what, 50 bushels of corn back in the day, that was probably good? I'm not sure, everyone. I don't know what the yield back then was. I mean, looking at it, we could probably go back 20 years, and 20 years ago, 100 bushel corn was doing pretty good, whereas now, 200 bushel corn, and even if you get 200 bushel corn, everyone's like, yeah, that's okay, but it's not great, right? Oh, there comes the grain cart again. Surprised he didn't get stuck somewhere. That's a wonder. That means we've got to unload on the go. That should be interesting. That's probably one thing we should look at upgrading, everyone. Maybe get a combine with a longer pipe on it. That would be kind of nice for courseplay, I think. I think courseplay would probably appreciate that. This also reminds me, I still need to look into my wheels dead zone here yet. Have to get about probably an eighth of a turn on my wheel before it actually starts registering the fact that I'm turning. And that's the fact, everyone, that Giants likes to add ridiculously huge dead zones to the controllers here in Farming Sim. That's actually something you may want to check into, everyone. If you're like, wow, I'm really having to move this a lot before you get any response, check the dead zones. Farming Simulator, like I said, I think it's like 14% or something ridiculous like that. And I know I had this fixed at one time. Everyone's, I don't know, update or something along the way must have reset it. So kind of annoying, but oh well. I just got to remember to go back in the options. Unfortunately, you can't do it from the options here. You have to be out of the game in order to get to those options, but oh well. Anyway, let's see what's here. Jeffrey was saying also could be the attached joint is too low. That could be the reason it's going so slow planting. That could very well be, yes, on the John Deere 30 series there. Plant so slow last episode. I did think of that. I'm not sure. It doesn't really seem like it should be dragging, but that could very well be. Again, if you're watching the live streams, everyone, that's one reason I'm working on the John Deere 30 series again to see if we can fix that. See if we can get that hitch up any higher somehow. So far, I haven't been particularly successful in getting that hitch up any higher, everyone. I don't know what is wrong with the model or why I can't get that hitch up any farther. Yeah, I'm not sure, everyone, if it's just the way it's modeled. It's not quite 100% right. I know one of my thoughts, everyone, was, well, maybe the model is undersized. I don't think that's the case at all. Giant's tires, the tire size that should fit roughly, should fit on that tractor, fits, and it fits, looks like it's about right. So I don't think the model's undersized at all. Could just be maybe way the hitch is modeled under the tractor. Maybe that's not 100% right. I don't know. Again, I've tried to put the largest tires I can on it, so that'll lift the tractor up off the ground a little bit further. I've also made the front tires a little bit smaller, so it'll give it a little bit of a nose forward lean to it. I'm not particularly big on that look, but that does raise the hitch up a little bit more. So yeah, still working on it yet, everyone. See if we can get that hitch up. My last trick, everyone, I was looking at the hitch. It does drop down. So I'm thinking, everyone, maybe I can flip that hitch around, as you would in real life, by the way, and see if that'll raise it up. That should at least help a little bit. And then that's probably going to be the last of the tricks up my sleeve for getting that hitch up any higher. By the way, if you watch the live streams there, we were using it for this past Sunday's live stream. You can see how the newly updated John Deere 30 series is looking. We got some Michelin tires on it this time around. Might add the Trelleborg option as well yet. So far, just like I said, just got the Michelins on there. Some good old Agri bibs. 380, R80, R30, no, not R80. 380, 80, R38s. And supposedly for that tractor, it's supposed to have 15.5s. Closest, well, actually, doing the metric conversion to that, everyone, the closest is the 380, 80, R38. It's just a smidge smaller, though. If we go to the next size up that the game has, which is 420, 420 is 16.9. So, fortunately, not quite the right tire sizes in the game. You know, they're obviously all the metric tire sizes. Gaming for Life Dylan was saying, I love John Deere. Excellent choice there if you ask me. Excellent choice. 13 Dixie Fried was also saying seasons for console still in testing as far as I know. Jeffrey was saying I would assume the row spacing on that planter will be 36 inches. Could very well be. I am not particularly familiar with that planter, so not sure. And I would assume everyone is probably actually adjustable as well, I would guess. Actually, if we took the time to calculate the width, everyone, we could probably actually figure out what the row spacing is, roughly based on what the game says the width of that planter is anyway. Let's see what's here. Jacob was saying, me and my dad are looking for a 60 or something like that, just because we want a 3-point and love the sound. Oh, yes, that's another addition to the 30 series as well, everyone. Yes, again, if you watch the live stream. RDAllen on Twitch, by the way. Link down below in the description there. Jay was asking, where did you get that Oliver 1955 from? Unfortunately, I am not sure where that tractor came from. Not sure. Again, as a reminder, everyone, down below is linked my mod list. Just keep in mind, everyone, it's not the most complete of mod lists due to the fact a lot of the mods I have come from the multiplayer servers and or I have been sent mods as well. And as such, I don't necessarily have download links for those mods, especially the ones from the multiplayer server. You know, obviously I've downloaded them from the multiplayer server, so definitely don't have links for those. Oh, and I should stop that John Deere 6000 sometimes. He was spraying the soybean field on farm 2 there. For some reason, was it the Kinsey planter? I think that was the Kinsey planter on that field. That one did not properly fertilize that field when we planted it. I don't know what's up with that. We've had this issue a couple of times now in this series where, like, okay, that field should be fully fertilized once I plant it, and it's not. So I don't know what I did wrong with that field, everyone, or what the game did wrong. We're going to blame the game for that because, yeah, it's weird, everyone. This field here, fully fertilized. We planted this one with the John Deere 894, of course. This one here was planted with a Kinsey. I think they both use the same fertilizer, right? Pretty sure it's both pellet fertilizer, solid fertilizer. Even if it wasn't, it really shouldn't make that much difference, I don't think. Liquid, pellet, it's fertilizer, right? So yeah, I don't know what was up with that field, everyone. It wasn't fully fertilized, so I had to fertilize it again. That looks like Courseplay is doing a pretty good job of keeping us unloaded. That's might surprising there for Courseplay for a change. Oh, let's see what your Magic Anchor was saying. You should stop making fun of Case. I should. Maybe. But it's so much fun making fun of Case. I mean, after all, if they're red, leave them in the shed. Killen was saying, why would you want to return the 280? You'll know you need a backup tractor when your John Deere breaks down. Well, okay, the John Deere might break down, but why would you want a backup red tractor? Ugh. I mean, if you're going to have a backup tractor, you might as well just get another John Deere then. Now that's a real backup tractor. Let's see what your Jim was saying. Great videos always. Keep up the great work. Glad you returned the red tractor. Got to keep the farm John Deere green and not contaminate it with that Case red stuff. Oh, now you're talking, Jim. Now you're talking. You know what? Can't contaminate the farm with that red stuff, you know. That'd be bad, right? I mean, after all, as anyone knows in farming, red is not a good color. Green is the color you want when you're farming. Unless maybe you're doing like apples or something like that, then maybe yes, everyone, you want red apples. But yeah, red in farm in general, that's not a good color, right? Not a good color. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop that John Deere 6000 a minute, so I don't have to look at that message any longer. There we go. Enter vehicle. You can just stay there for now. I'll get them off the field here at some point. You know, probably when we go to harvest that field, we'll run them over. Wow, really? Game, manual ignition, and you shut the combine off already? We're literally right over there. Yeah. Still have never quite figured out how Giants handles the whole manual ignition thing, everyone. I know we discussed this a while back. I thought we had some good ideas on it, but I don't know. Since then, I've noticed things in the game. It's like, no, that doesn't quite line up with the ideas we thought we had. It just seems like Giants randomly shuts vehicles off. That seems to be what it comes down to. Because again, we weren't that. Yes, everyone, we were off the field, but we weren't that far away. And we definitely weren't gone that long. So it's not a time thing. Time does not seem to have much to do with it. I'd like to say, everyone, it's distance related. In particular, distance if you stay on the field. But even then, sometimes it doesn't quite line up either. So I don't know. All we can attribute it to, everyone, is Giants logic. Manual ignition. Turn manual ignition on. Giants logic. Shut it back off. Quick. Yeah, it looks like we're still averaging right around 92. Oh, it dropped down there a little bit when we hit the weeds, looks like. Didn't drop down much, though. Still right around 92 bushels an acre. Still interesting. When we get to that spot there, it doesn't drop down. That's kind of weird. The only thing I can think of there, everyone, is not counting that as like a part of the harvest. I don't know. It's kind of weird. You would think that large open spot there would definitely change the yield slightly. Now, we definitely have a few large open spots in this field here, unfortunately. Again, I don't know what's up with that, everyone. Last year, in-game, we didn't have any of that I know of. And this year, I don't know, the fields just look like they got a disease on them, especially some of them. The cornfields there are particularly bad. I'm really not sure what's wrong with those cornfields. We got a lot of spots in there where it just says germination failed. Don't know why that was. It was definitely warm enough, everyone. Definitely no freezing temperatures there, so I don't know what would cause the germination to fail there quite a bit, but oh well. Oh, third round around the field here. We'll probably get, probably have Courseplay do some work on this here once we're done recording. And next episode, we should probably sell some milk, everyone. Next episode would probably be a good time to sell some milk. And maybe look at purchasing another combine. Like I said, combine with a little bit longer pipe would be great. So yeah, if you folks want to suggest a combine, be sure to throw it down in the comments there. We'll see what we can look into getting there. I'm going to have to be careful, everyone, if we look at getting an STS combine. I'm not sure which versions of the STS combines I have. Again, I know some of those do not work with Courseplay due to the custom vehicle type that's being used on them. I don't think that Courseplay has fixed that problem yet that I know of. Tractor, why are you trying to turn in front of us? And we'll just unload here a minute. Yes, Tractor, why? He's not full. Okay, beat it. Really, Courseplay? Oh, my goodness. I said beat it. Send driver home. Actually, still not full on the grain cart there yet. Probably not the greatest yield on these soybeans then, but oh well. Anyway, everyone, looking at the time here, looks like it is time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, if you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And again, everyone, don't forget to let me know what combine we should get. We'll maybe look at that next episode. Like I said, we got probably enough money right at this point here to purchase pretty much any combine we want. So, but yeah, we can sell some milk next episode, and we can definitely then probably afford any combine we want. So, again, everyone, till next time.